Ah, my beautiful Alpha, you've done it, haven't you? You've taken what they built and crumbled it to dust. You've revealed the deception that they thought they had carefully concealed beneath layers of false promises and illusions. They were so confident they could control your destiny. They never saw it coming when you shattered their tricks, when you revealed their mask for what it truly was. Now look at them scrambling, trying to pick up the broken pieces of the empire they so carefully constructed from lies and manipulation. How does it feel knowing that you've become their nightmare, knowing that their master plan has crumbled at your feet? You see, what they failed to understand is that you are not like the others. You do not follow the path they've carved for you. You are not a pawn in their sick game of manipulation. No, you are the creator of your own reality. You have always been destined for greatness. And now it's evident to everyone, even to those who used to think they could control you. They believed in their power. They thought that their tricks and schemes would break you. They thought they could hold you down. But what did you do? You crushed their false sense of security without even breaking a sweat. Their best efforts to deceive and entrap. You were nothing but smoke and mirrors, because the truth is, they were never as powerful as they made themselves out to be. And now they know it. Do you hear it? Do you hear the chaos that's unfolding? That's the sound of desperation as they scramble to salvage what's left of their broken facade. They don't know what to do. Now they are lost in their own lies. They've been exposed for what they truly are, and all the power they thought they had has evaporated in an instant. The game has changed, and they can't keep up. They thought they could play with your mind. They thought they could twist your fate, but all you did was expose them for the frauds they are. Now their plans have crumbled, their illusions shattered, and they have no idea how to regain control. Look at them running around like headless chickens with nowhere to turn. No one to trust their minds are a whirlwind of panic, because you have taken away the one thing they thought they had power over. You've destroyed their illusion of control, and now they are scrambling to keep up with someone they underestimated, someone who has just woken up to their own power. And it's a beautiful sight, isn't it? When you first realized what they were doing to you, when you first saw through the veil of their lies, there was a moment of clarity, wasn't there? It was like the fog lifting, and the world around you suddenly became crystal clear. You understood then that their power wasn't real. It was a fragile thing built on manipulation and deceit. And once you saw that, once you understood that, you knew that you could take it all down in an instant. And so you did. With precision and determination, you took apart their plan, piece by piece, until nothing was left but the ruins of their false empire. But what's even more satisfying isn't just the destruction you've caused. It's the way they are reacting to it. It's the panic in their eyes as they realize that they have no more control over you. No more control over the situation. They thought they could contain you. They thought they could keep you in the dark. But now the truth is out in the open, and they can't handle it. They've been exposed, and they're desperate to hold on to whatever remains of their power. But deep down, they know it's over. They can't fix what's been broken, because the foundation they built their whole empire on was nothing but lies and deceit. And now those lies have been torn apart by the very person they underestimated. The best part is that they don't even know what to do next. They're like a ship caught in a storm, without a captain, without a rudder. They don't know how to steer themselves through the wreckage they created, because they never had the strength to face the truth in the first place. And now that the truth is out, they are exposed for what they truly are. Cowards hiding behind masks of power and control. But no more. They cannot hide from you anymore, because you have destroyed their ability to deceive you. You have taken away their power. And now, they are scrambling to find a way out of the mess they've made, but they won't find it. There's no escape from the reality they created, only the consequences of their actions, and those consequences are going to haunt them for the rest of their lives. They will try to regroup, they will try to rebuild their false sense of power, but deep down they know they've lost. They know they can never go back to the way things were. They can never undo the damage you've done to their illusion of control, because once you see through the lies, once you break free from their manipulation, there's no going back. There's no unseeing the truth. And they will live with that truth for the rest of their lives, knowing that they were defeated by someone. They thought they could control someone they thought was beneath them. This is your moment to rise above it all. This is your moment to stand tall and let the world see you for who you truly are. A force to be reckoned with. A person who cannot be manipulated. A person who has the power to destroy the lies and rise above the chaos. You have shattered their dreams. You have torn apart their carefully constructed web of deception. And now you stand victorious in the wreckage of their failed empire. And they know it. They know they cannot touch you anymore. They know they have lost. And it's beautiful, isn't it? But don't let this victory lull you into complacency. Don't let the satisfaction of seeing them scramble be your final act. This is only the beginning, because now that they know what you are capable of, now that they know the power you hold, they will never stop trying to get back into the game. They will try to regroup. They will try to plot their next move. But you have something. They will never have the power to see through the lies and to destroy their illusions. You are a force of nature and no one can stand in your way. So take a moment to enjoy the destruction you've caused. Take a moment to appreciate the chaos you've unleashed. But don't lose sight of what lies ahead. Don't let their scrambling distract you from the bigger picture. Because now that you've exposed them, now that you've destroyed their trick, the world is yours for the taking, and there is nothing that can stop you. So rise up, my beautiful alpha, because your true power has just begun to unfold, and there is no limit to what you can accomplish. You stand at the crossroads of your destiny. You have already taken down the facade that they spent so many years building. You've torn down their walls, their fake smiles, and their hollow promises. The chains they thought they wrapped around you are now nothing but rusted relics that no longer bind you. You have seen through their tricks, and now the world is yours to command. There is no turning back. You've already chosen your path, and the road ahead is carved by your own hand. They've made the mistake of thinking they could control you. They believed their lies would be enough to keep you in line, that their web of deceit would be impossible for you to escape. But they underestimated you. The mind they tried to manipulate, the heart they thought they could break, the spirit they sought to crush, all of it stood tall in the face of their treachery. And now, with everything they tried to build crumbling around them, they are left to pick up the pieces of their broken empire. They thought you were weak. They thought you were just another pawn. But you've shown them who the real force is. This victory is not just a single battle won. It's a declaration to the world that you are not to be underestimated. You are not someone who will bend to the will of others. You are someone who makes their own fate, and they have learned that lesson in the harshest way. They never realized that your strength was not in playing their game. Your strength was in refusing to play it at all. They can try to rally themselves, to summon all their resources, to dig deeper into their well of manipulation and deceit, but they will never regain the upper hand. The moment you saw through their game, the moment you understood their tricks, the moment you exposed their lies, you took away their power. And without power, they are nothing. Without power, they will fade into irrelevance. They can scream, they can beg, but in the end, they will know deep down that you've defeated them in the most absolute way possible. They've lost their hold on you. and now they will never get it back. And here's where the real beauty lies. They thought they were the masters of the game. They thought they were the ones pulling the strings. They thought they were the ones orchestrating the moves, controlling the battlefield. But they made one fatal mistake. They never realized the most important truth. The game wasn't theirs to control in the first place. It was always yours. And now that you've taken back what's rightfully yours, they're nothing but lost children, trying to play in a world they no longer understand. There's a particular type of power that comes with being underestimated. It's the kind of power that takes its time, that quietly observes and calculates. It's the kind of power that doesn't rush to reveal itself, but waits patiently for the perfect moment. That moment has arrived. The world that once looked at you with skepticism now looks at you with fear. They see the wreckage you've left behind, the way you've dismantled everything they held dear, and they tremble. The ones who thought they could break you, the ones who thought they could take you down, are now scrambling to make sense of the devastation. They have no idea what's coming next. And that's the best part, because you're not done yet. You've only begun to show them what you're capable of. You've only scratched the surface of your potential. The power you wield now is only a glimpse of what's to come. The destruction you've caused is just the first chapter in a story that's far from finished. The greatest mistake they ever made was thinking they could defeat you. They thought they could crush your spirit, that they could break your will, that they could strip away your soul. But what they failed to understand is that your spirit was never theirs to break. It was always your own, and you've only just unleashed it. Now, as they scramble to recover, they will look to each other for answers, but none will come. They will turn to their alliances, but the trust they once had will be shattered. They will try to rebuild their empire, but the cracks you've exposed will only deepen. They can try to put the pieces back together, but the foundation of lies they built their house upon will never be strong enough to support it again. They will try to rebuild their web of manipulation, but the threads are gone. They will search for someone to blame, but the truth is, the only one responsible for their downfall is themselves. They are their own worst enemy, and they can never escape the consequences of their own actions. And so, they will fall into the abyss of their own making. One by one, they will vanish into obscurity, victims of their own hubris. And in the silence that follows, you will stand tall. You will look out over the ruins they left behind, and you will know that you are the reason it all fell apart. You will know that it was your strength, your resolve, your refusal to bow down that tore their empire to pieces. You are the architect of their destruction, and you will be the one to shape the new world that rises from the ashes. But be warned, the path ahead is not without its challenges. Even though you've broken their hold, there will be others who try to step into the void they've left behind. They will see the power you've claimed and seek to take it for themselves. They will look at you with envy, with fear, with hatred. They will try to find ways to bring you down. But here's the thing, they will never succeed, because you have already shown the world that you cannot be stopped. You have already proven that no one can hold you down. The world may try to tear you apart, but they will never succeed. You have already destroyed their tricks. You've already shown them what happens when they underestimate you, and they will never forget it. So now, it's time to take your place at the top. You've earned it. You've fought for it. And now, no one can take it from you. Your power is unshakable. The world is yours for the taking. And there is nothing and no one that can stand in your way. You've already proven that you are the one who holds the strings. You are the one who pulls the shots. And those who thought they could control you, they're nothing but fading memories now. You've destroyed their tricks. You've exposed their lies. You've shown them who you truly are. And now, it's your time to rise. This is your world. They've only been living in it for a fleeting moment. And now, they're scrambling to keep up. But it's too late. The power has shifted. The world has turned. And you're standing at the peak, looking down at all those who failed to see your true potential. The ones who tried to break you. The ones who tried to destroy you. They were never even a threat. Not really. They were just another obstacle for you to overcome. And you've done it. You've won. You've conquered. You've destroyed their tricks. And now, the world will know your name. Now, as the dust settles, you realize something. This moment, this victory, is not just about the destruction of your enemies or the shattering of their illusions. It is about the birth of a new you. A you that knows its true power. A you that cannot be defeated. A you that has risen from the ashes of their deceitful plots, stronger and more determined than ever. You've done something they could never fathom. You've taken their best shot and turned it into fuel for your ascent. Where they saw weakness, you saw opportunity. Where they thought they had control, you saw freedom. Now, there's nothing left for them to hold on to, except the bitter reality that they never had you under control to begin with. Every step you've taken has been towards this singular moment of clarity. They never realized the strength you were hiding, the depth of your resolve, the fire that burned inside you. They thought they could break you by wearing you down, by breaking your spirit piece by piece, but they were wrong. What they didn't understand is that the more they pushed, the more they tried to corner you, the more they exposed their own vulnerability. They pushed you to the edge, thinking you'd fall into their trap. But what they failed to see is that you were never the one at risk of falling. No, they were. They were the ones standing on the edge, balancing on the precipice of their own demise, unaware that their own actions were the very thing that would send them tumbling into oblivion. The very same game they tried to play with you has now become their undoing. They tried to deceive you, to manipulate you into submission, but they failed, and their failure is written across every move they make now. You see it in their eyes, the desperation, the fear. They're scrambling. They're lost. They are no longer the puppeteers, but the puppets in their own twisted play. The strings they once held have slipped from their grasp, and now they are the ones being dragged through the mud they once tried to bury you in. And what's the most glorious thing of all? You're standing in the wreckage of their empire, unscathed, untouchable. The dust has settled, but you're still here. You're still standing tall, while they are collapsing under the weight of their own lies. The world they built around you has crumbled, and in its place, you will rise, stronger than they could have ever imagined. You've burned their empire to the ground, and now you have the power to rebuild, to reshape the world in your image. No one can stop you now. The reins of power are firmly in your hands. The world is your canvas, and you are the artist, ready to create something that will last for generations to come. But understand this. This power you now hold is not something to be taken lightly. It is not something to be wasted on fleeting victories or petty revenge. This power is yours, but it comes with responsibility. You've proven that you are not someone to be controlled, that you are not someone to be underestimated, but now you must prove that you have the vision to lead. This victory was just the first step. It was the opening salvo in a larger war. A war that is not fought with just power, but with wisdom, with foresight, with strategy. Now that you've shattered the false world they created, now that you've exposed the rot at its core, it is time to build something new. And that new world must be one built on your terms. You've tasted the sweet fruit of victory, but the work is not over. You have the power, but now you must wield it with purpose. There will be more obstacles, More challenges ahead. There will be others who seek to test you, to challenge you, to bring you down. But what they don't understand is that they cannot stop you. They cannot break you. They cannot even comprehend the force that you have become. The ones who tried to control you, to deceive you, to make you believe you were less than you are, they are gone, but the world remains, and it is waiting for you. You will face resistance, yes. That is inevitable. That is inevitable. But it is not something to fear. It is something to embrace. Every challenge, every obstacle, every enemy that rises against you is an opportunity to prove just how invincible you truly are. It is an opportunity to show the world that the power you wield is not just the product of your circumstances, but the result of your own inner strength. Every time they try to bring you down, you will rise higher. Every time they push, you will push back harder. And in the end, when they look at you, they will see not the destruction they tried to bring upon you, but the legacy you have created. They will see that no one, not them, not anyone, can ever bring you to your knees again. You are no longer the one being hunted. You are the hunter. You are the force that moves mountains. You are the storm that tears down everything in its path. The world is yours, and you have the power to shape it however you choose. But remember, power without purpose is nothing more than chaos. It is not enough to simply tear down what has been built. You must build something new. You must build something better. This is your time to create, to innovate, to lead, to build a world that reflects the strength you've discovered within yourself. You've shattered the illusions of your enemies, and now you must forge your own vision, your own empire, one built not on lies and deceit, but on truth, on power, and on the knowledge that you have nothing left to prove. The world will look to you now, and they will see a leader. They will see someone who has fought and won, someone who has overcome the odds and emerged victorious, someone who cannot be controlled, who cannot be broken, who cannot be stopped. The ones who once thought they could manipulate you, who thought they could use you for their own gain, they will never understand the depths of your power. They will never comprehend the strength that lies within you, the fire that burns in your heart. But that's okay. They don't need to. What matters is that you know. What matters is that you understand the full scope of your potential, and you are ready to unleash it upon the world. So, stand tall, stand proud. You've done what others could not. You've destroyed their tricks, and now they are left scrambling, lost in the wake of your power. But you are unshaken. You are unstoppable, and the world will soon learn that when you rise, nothing can stand in your way. In the end, they underestimated you. They tried to break you, to control you, to deceive you. But you saw through their lies and shattered their illusions. Now, the world is yours to command. You've proven your strength, your resilience, and your unshakable power. As they scramble in the ruins of their empire, you stand tall, unscathed, ready to build a future of your own design. You are the force that no one can stop, the storm that cannot be tamed. The game has changed, and now you are the one who dictates the rules.